HBO is home to some of the best TV shows of all time, and some of them were perfectly cast. HBO is associated with high-quality TV shows across different genres, often addressing themes that network TV and now other streaming platforms tend to stay away from. HBO's TV shows are now available to stream on HBO Max, which also produces its own content, both movies and TV shows. It's not common for a TV show to have a perfect cast, not because some of them are bad, but some performances aren't as strong as the rest, and HBO can brag about having some perfectly cast TV shows. Deadwood. Deadwood is a Western TV series created by David Milch. Deadwood takes the audience to Deadwood, South Dakota, in the late 1870s to meet Ol Swearingen, Ian McShane, the ruthless owner of the Gem Saloon, and Seth Bullock, Timothy Oliphant, a principled lawman who has just arrived in town. Through them and other characters, both real and fictional, Deadwood explores themes of morality, corruption, greed, capitalism, and power, blending historical events and fictional stories. Deadwood ran from 2004 to 2006 for 3 seasons, with a movie airing in 2019. One of Deadwood's biggest strengths is its cast, particularly the performances of McShane and Oliphant. Casting Deadwood surely wasn't easy, given the eloquent, Shakespearean-like dialogue that not any actor can deliver in a natural and believable way. The cast also has undeniable chemistry, and even the recurring actors had a strong presence, making every scene of Deadwood a delight and the show engaging. Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers is one of the best war TV shows of all time and one of HBO's greatest works. Based on Stephen E. Ambrose's 1992 non-fiction book of the same name, and created by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, Band of Brothers tells the story of Easy Company, 2nd Battalion, 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment of the 101st Airborne Division. Beginning with Easy Company's paratrooper training, Band of Brothers follows them through their participation in the Western Front of World War II from D-Day to their occupation of Berchtesgaden. Band of Brothers has an extensive cast with many well-known talents, such as Damian Lewis, James McAvoy, and Michael Fassbender, and some surprising names, such as Jimmy Fallon and David Schwimmer. While the cast of Band of Brothers might seem like a strange combination of actors from different genres, what makes it perfect is the natural camaraderie between them, the impeccable writing of the show that brought out the talents of everyone, and their preparation with veterans and historians. The Wire. The Wire is a crime drama show created by David Simon. The Wire takes viewers to Baltimore and takes a look into the town's drug trade and its connection to other systems and institutions, such as police enforcement, the school system, the media, city politics, and more. Each season of The Wire focuses on a different city institution. The Wire ran from 2002 to 2008 for 5 seasons, and though it didn't reach its audience during its run, it's now regarded as one of the best TV shows of all time. When it comes to its cast, The Wire counted on the talents of Dominic West, Idris Elba, Lance Reddick, Michael B. Jordan, and many others. The Wire has been praised for the performances of its cast, who brought realism, authenticity, depth, and complexity to their characters. The actors' commitment to their roles was also key to the success of The Wire, with the show often cited as the finest work of many of them. Game of Thrones. One of the most successful TV shows of all time, as well as one of the best fantasy TV shows ever, was also perfectly cast, though it wasn't like that from the beginning. Based on George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire book series, Game of Thrones takes the audience into the continents of Westeros and Essos in a complex fantasy world. Game of Thrones begins with the stories of different families and groups wanting to take control of the Iron Throne of the Seven Kingdoms, with this triggering the stories of subsequent seasons. Game of Thrones ran from 2011 to 2019 for 8 seasons, and though it's now best known for its disappointing finale, it can't be denied how perfectly cast it is. Game of Thrones' pilot episode had to be reshot, and this included some changes in the cast that led to it being perfect. Among the actors who were part of Game of Thrones are Sean Bean, Lena Headey, Jason Momoa, Peter Dinklage, and Sophie Turner, all of them perfectly chosen by the casting team as they all embodied the traits, flaws, and complexities of their characters. The Sopranos. Arguably, the best HBO TV show of all is The Sopranos, created by David Chase. The Sopranos introduces the audience to Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini, the boss of the DeMeo crime family. Tony struggles to balance both his families, leading him to have constant anxiety attacks and rage issues, so he reluctantly begins to take therapy, which, believe it or not, can affect his job and reputation. Through Tony, the audience meets the rest of the Soprano family and the members of the DeMeo family, as well as some of their associates and enemies. The Sopranos is full of characters with very strong personalities, and as such, it needed an equally strong cast, and it definitely succeeded at it.